Hello, everyone. I'm Jesus, and welcome to the next episode of The Road to Old School MTG. In the last video, I discussed my decision to create an Erhnamgeddon deck. We went over three different build types: a budget version, a middle version, and an expensive version. And the one I decided on was the middle version, which is just the expensive version with 7 cards substituted, the 7 most expensive cards. That version had 2 Moxes, 1 Chaos Orb, and 4 Dual Lands Savannas. By removing those 7 cards, that became $8,000 less. So that's a big difference. And I just substituted those 7 cards with comparable cards. Um, so that was my decision from last time, and I created a whole deck list and with the prices, which I'll show again. But today I am ready to start purchasing some of these cards in order to build this deck. And I figured instead of just buying the cards and then letting you guys know about it after the fact, I thought it would be cool if I purchased the cards live now in this video. And then that way we can see the prices of each listing. I'm buying everything through eBay. And then you guys will see, I'll compare it to the deck list. You guys will see how much I paid in total after all is done in this video. We'll compare it to what's still missing, and so that we can get a better idea of where we're going to be after the purchases of this video and what else we still need to do. So let's get it started. So first of all, I already found all of the listings for the cards that I'm purchasing today. First, let's look at the deck list that I had created from last time with the price estimates from my research. First of all, down here at the bottom, Armageddons. The deck has 3 of them, and I had estimated $8 per card. Here I was able to find a listing of similar value. 3 Armageddons, 1 revised to 4th editions for $20, $1 shipping, right? And all these listings are within the United States. I'm in the United States, in New Jersey. So I just didn't want to deal with any international shipping, and I wanted to get my cards faster. So this is going to be the listing that I use for this one. After I go through everything, I'm going to click the buy it now. All of these are buy it now, so I'm going to be purchasing all of these immediately after I show you guys each listing. Next one, Strip Mine 4th edition, lightly played. Seems pretty good condition, $12. Looking at my list, that's basically the price that I had estimated. So, and there's only one Strip Mine. They're restricted in most in EC and Atlantic, which is the formats I intend to play in. So that's fine. So that's the one I'm going to be using free shipping. So now for the Erhnamgeddons, I couldn't find one listing that had all four of them. For the deck, I need 4 Erhnamgeddons. There it is. I had estimated 3 per $3 each one. And these listings are basically like that, maybe a little cheaper, if anything. So this one has 2 light play Chronicles Erhnamgeddons, so that's 2. This one has 1 light played again. Remember I mentioned I'm trying to get these in a pretty decent condition. If I can, I'll get them in, if it's not too much extra, I might get them in the best condition, near mint. But light play, moderately played, that's gonna be okay as well, right? So all of these are light played for the Erhnamgeddons, and then this listing over here, that will be the 4th one, right? 114 with 110 in shipping, right? So between those 4, I have my 4 Erhnamgeddons, and they pretty much fell within that $2 to $3 range that I was mentioning, that I had estimated from before. Here, Sarah Angels, 4th edition Sarah Angels. So $10 for 4 with 3 shipping, so that's 13. And my estimates, I had marked them as $2 each. This was me considering a moderately played pricing. Right? I can definitely could have bought 3 of them at $2 each, but I saw this one listing that had all 4 of them, and even though the deck only needs 3, I figured might as well get a full playlist, a playset of the Serengos. And it's a little bit more than the $2 per card that I had estimated, but these are listed as in very good condition, right? So a little bit more than basically a little double, but I think it's worth it because the condition is pretty good, at least according to the to the uh, to the posting, and plus I get 4 of them, not just 3. So if I ever decide to do one more or maybe one extra in the sideboard, I already have. So it's worth it there. Pendelhaven. So the deck only needs 1. Here it is. I had estimated at $30, give or take. So this one fits in within the range, $31.19 with 50 cents shipping. This one was a little tricky to find because well, there were a lot of listings, but also a lot of different conditions. So this one is there's no, it's just mentioned played condition, right? And then looking at it, it has this little nicks on the sides, but the center of the card is perfectly fine. The back is decent as well, right? So probably 40, 50, 60, I would have been looking at a more of a mint Pendelhaven, right? But this, remember, the intention of this is for me to actually play these cards, right? So I don't see much value in getting something that's going to be mint or near mint because it's going to get used a bit, right? So I still intend to put the card sleeve, of course, right? So protection, but these cards are meant to be played. So this was the best um, posting that I saw with the best quality within that played condition, lightly played condition, and within this price range. So this is pretty good. For disenchants, this is pretty cheap. Here I had mentioned $1 per disenchant or less. I think I mentioned also, right? So definitely it's or less. I can get all 4 in near mint from 4th edition for just $1, another $1 for shipping, right? So this just makes it easier for me to just get all 4 of them right away, and the condition is near mint, so it's worth it. Last time I also mentioned I had Land and War Elves, which I do, but I noticed 2 of them were 4th, the other 2 were either 5th or 6th edition, 5th edition actually, because I think in 6th edition you already had the set symbols for the core sets. So that one didn't have it, but I had mentioned that the frame is a little tweaked, right? Not very different, but it's a little different. So I didn't want to risk it. Plus, these are cheap enough, right? So I figured might as well just get a 4 playset of Land of War Elves plus near mint, just $3.25. I had estimated $1 per or less for each card, so that fits within that price estimate. And the last set of cards I'm going to get for today's video is a 4 playset of Swords to Plowshares. So this listing is pretty good. I had estimated Plowshares at where are they? $4 each, right? So this is for 16, so 8, so quite a bit less than I had estimated. But their condition are definitely played, moderately played. I mean, they're decent. The fronts are actually pretty good. It's more the back that I noticed more of the since it's black border, right? You notice the played condition a bit more, right? But you don't even see that. So all in all, that's a pretty good price for a full playset of 4 fourth edition Swords to Plowshares. I already got the all four, and then I don't need to worry. All right, so that's everything that I'm gonna buy in this video. That comes out to, I added it all up already ahead of time, $101. Comparing it to the deck list that I had. So this bottom row, Armageddon's, that's gone. I got it. This next row, right, not counting the basics, I got the Pendelhaven, I got the Strip Mine, so that's set. Here I still need the City of Brasses. I'm gonna wait for that. This row is complete. I got the I'm getting the full set play set of swords and disenchants. Skipping this row for now. And this row is almost complete. I'm getting 4 Sarangers, 1 extra just in case. I'm getting the 4 Ls for the Jins. The birds I'll wait for later. And the top row is still waiting for later as well. All right, so that's how everything compares. So I mentioned it's $101, right, which is right, just a little bit over 10% of the value of the total value, right? So even though I'm getting a lot of cards, um, I'm avoiding the most expensive, right? So, but it's a process, right? I'm getting them little by little, and I figured these would, since these are the more inexpensive ones, I could knock most of these out already right away. Right. So now, as I mentioned, I'm going to be purchasing these, right? So I just wanted to stop sharing my screen to remove any personal information. Now I'm going to go through each one and hit the buy it now. All of these have buy it now options. So I'm hitting buy it now on the Armageddons. That was 3 of them. Just checking my info, then it's going to be shipped to the correct address and so on. Okay. So I have PayPal, so I'm just hitting the pay with PayPal. All this is processing. Okay, so okay, I'm just trying to share screen to verify, but I'm also want to kind of remove any personal information here. All right, so I just ordered the first one, which was the Swords to Plowshares. I believe. Well, let's see. Right, but the first set is complete, purchased over here. So let me keep on going on in the list. Oh, my mistake. For the 3 Armageddons. Right, so now moving ahead, going to the strip mine. There were $12 buy it now. Clicking the buy it now. And for all of these, I looked at the the rating of the sellers, right? Just noticing that, right, they have a decent rating, just to make sure all these purchases will be legitimate with no issues. Okay, so this next one is it's getting processed. All right, so that was the strip mine. Okay, so that was the strip mine just purchased now. All right, with the little tax and so forth. Right, so that one's taken care of. Let me continue on through. Okay, so now I'm doing the Erhnamgeddons, right? That's 3 different listings to get all 4 of them. So I'm hitting the buy now for all of them now. Right, so sorry I can't show this part here. Right, so just avoiding personal information being shared, just to stay on the safe side. So the first one went through. Let me go click on the next buy it now for the next Erhnam. So then the next video I make, well, maybe not the next, but once I get these cards, that'll be the next video that I make, where I'll be opening them up, and just making sure I received everything, checking the condition. So I want you guys to have the full experience of the whole process, right? All right, so getting the last Erhnam right now. And this reminds me, I do need to get card sleeves. I have the penny sleeves, the cheap ones, right? But I want to protect the cards better, so I need to invest probably $10, something like that. I think I'm estimating for a good for good card sleeves that are playable. Okay, so I got through all the Erhnamgeddons. My next one is going to be the Sarah Angels, 4 of them for $10 with $3 shipping. So let me click the buy it now on that one. Right, and all of these have a little bit of tax added on, right? So I'm not including that because the tax is dependent on where you live and so forth. Certain Maybe some of these don't even get taxed, right? Depending on, once again, where you live and so forth. All right, so Serenio's done. I'm doing the Pendelhaven. That's $31 and change with 50 cents shipping. So let me hit the buy it now. So I'm just counting how many individual purchases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 individual purchases to get all these cards, right? I needed 3 purchases for the Erhnams because I couldn't get all 4 in one shot. All right, so still processing for the Pendelhaven. This is the most expensive one that I'm getting out of all of these. It's at $32 for the one card. All right, so that one went through. Let me just show you guys a quick peek of that one. All right, so and right, they gave a little estimate of when to get it. So I'm in August 21, 28, so like a week or so for these cards to be getting to me. All right, so that was the Pendelhaven. So I'm going to the Disenchants. That's just $2 for a full playset in near mint condition, right? So those are pretty plentiful cards. All right, hitting pay now with PayPal. And the nice thing about eBay is, so I just the purchase went through. Like I was saying, the nice thing about eBay is that um, the as the seller ships the items and it gets to you, right? So you should see some kind of 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 information in terms of if you got it already, right? Or you got a list that you got it. Some of these, if they ship for like 50 cents, right? That's partly just the post, right? Regular mail. Those don't have any kind of tracking, right? But some of these may or may not, right? Depending, perhaps the Pendle Havens is more expensive than I might have, right? But you can kind of get an estimate of what you're getting, how long it's going to take, and so forth. So now I'm going to the Llanowar Owls full playset from 4th edition for 325. I'm hitting the buy it now. And like I mentioned, this is between everything is $101 and it's 10 individual purchases. So I'll be getting 10 items out of this video, and it's just $101, right? So that's pretty good, but that's because I'm saving the most expensive for a little later. All right, so that was the Llanowar Elves. Now the last one I need to get is the 4 Swords to Plowshares. I'm hitting the buy it now, pay with PayPal. All right, and that was the last of them. Let me do a quick share. So there it is. That's the 4 Swords to Plowshares. Came out to 1224 total. August 30th. That one takes a little longer than a week. But these are just estimates. It could be shorter, maybe even a little longer than it states. But that gives you an idea. So now let me double check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah. So let's look at the list one last time. Okay, so 101 was just spent by me, $101. And for that, I got 3 Armageddons. I got the 1 Strip Mine, 1 Pendle Haven. I got this whole row, 4 Disenchants, 4 Swords. And I got almost this whole row. I got the 4 Serenios. I have 1 extra just in case for Llanowar Elves. And I got the 4 Erhnams. That was all 101, right? So that's just, so there's still 756 to go, right? Right, and that's not counting the basic lands, which I do have, but I'll see if I may end up buying those as well. But right now I have some, and I'll see if I end up using those. Right, probably estimate around $10 extra if I end up buying needing the basic lands. All right, so that takes care of basically most of the lower value things, and about one mid value thing here with the Pendle Haven here. I guess you could also maybe think about Strip Mine is somewhat of a decent price, but that eliminates a big chunk of the decks, right? So I'm pretty excited about that. Uh, right, once again, not counting the basic lands. So that's the end for this video. You guys just saw how much of the deck list I was just able to knock off. A pretty substantial, I would say, a fourth or maybe a third of the deck list is already taken care of, which is $100. But now the other videos will now deal with more of the higher end, at least in terms for this deck, the higher end cards. For that, it'll be more. I'll be more careful in terms of selecting what to buy because since they cost more, I'll be either researching more or taking more time to research, make sure I'm bidding on something with the correct pricing, right? That to be expected for that item in that condition from that particular set. As I was mentioning, I stick to as far back as I'm willing to go is fourth edition, just because I don't want to get into any issues with fifth edition or later, where the frame can change, and it's more likely also that the art can be changed, right? So you gotta watch out for that. Any reprints that we're getting, which I just got, basically almost all of these were reprints, right? Uh, from what I purchased. Um, the only original card from this video that I got right now is the Pendelhaven. I bought a Legends card. That's why this one is the most expensive. It was $32. It was in decent shape. I could have definitely gotten it for like 20 bucks in more rougher shape, but figure a little bit more, it's worth it to have a nicer card. But that's the only original card from the original set that I got in this video. Everything else are reprints, right? So since that's my main go-to for being able to afford this deck, anyone interested in replicating this, but either for this deck or maybe your own deck, right? Just be careful, making sure you buy the correct reprints, right? To make sure they're legal for the formats that you want to play in, right? And if you want Swiss, no reprints for the most part, no reprints allowed. You have to get the from the original sets within the year 1993 and 1994. But that's why I'm sticking away from that one. EC and Atlantic formats allow reprints. So that's for anyone interested. That's probably the best uh, route that you should take as well in terms of being able to come into the world of old school. All right, so we're going to leave it up to there for today. When I get the cards, I'll open them up for you guys and then examining what I got, the condition and so forth. Looking at the deck list again, and just I want you guys to have the full experience in terms of from the very beginning all the way to the final creation of the deck, and then even beyond, me also using the deck and actually playing games with it. All right, so I'm going to leave it up to there for today. Thank you.